Welcome back to TalkersToGeeks.com. Justin here, back with more comic book reviews. Today, I'm going to be reviewing Batman, the Imposter #1. As always, I give you a brief synopsis, so here we go. Bruce Wayne's mission as the Batman has only been underway for a year or so, but he can tell he's making a difference. Unfortunately, he's made some powerful enemies. All the traditional power brokers of Gotham resent the disruption the Batman has brought to town, and it seems one of them has a plan to neutralize them. There's a second Batman haunting Gotham's rooftops and alleys, and this one has no qualms about murdering criminals live and on tape. With the entire might of Gotham City Police Department and Gotham's rich and powerful coming down on his head, Batman must find the imposter and somehow clear his name. But how can you prove your innocence from behind a mask? And I got to give a round of applause for this one. This one was such a fun read. DC Black Label has really done its great job. Not and the thing I like about the Black Label is that there's really no the artists and the storytellers get to really just tell the story that they want to tell the Batman story they want to tell, and everybody has their own sandbox that they get to play in, depending on which character they were assigned to, or what they chose to tell their story. And Batman the Imposter is a nice character study on the psychology of Bruce Wayne and the Batman, of course. And one thing I really did love is the inclusion once again of Dr. Leslie Tompkins, who doesn't get as much love as she deserves. I mean, she really is one of the few key figures besides Alfred that really kept Bruce in check from going off the deep end. And Alfred, and this is just a minor spoiler, Alfred actually leaves Bruce. Like they alluded to it in the dialogue of the exposition that the his guardian left him. So Bruce's rage and Bruce's anger in this form of iteration of Batman is so unchecked that Alfred left him. And we have a Bruce Wayne that's basically has no support system besides Leslie in this. And he's just out there being the Batman, and he still has a no kill rule, so you don't have to worry about that. But there is a Batman out there, as the synopsis state, that is going out there and has no problems of killing. And Batman is basically he's destroying businesses of the mob. He's destroying businesses of people who are invested in the mob, some power brokers. The Sinanis family, obviously, who's the family of Black Mask. Cobblepot's in prison, and there's so much disruption that's going on in this. And I love the art style of this. I just gotta talk about the art style. Beautiful, dark, gritty, grainy art style gives you this really old school noir detective Batman feel that we have been looking for a very, very long time. This is a really great interpretation of Batman. Key characters that you think, like I said, this is a Batman with no support system. So key characters that you think will be there to support him, such as Alfred, James Gordon, they're nowhere to be found. So you have a Batman. One thing I liked about this is that you have a Batman here who, right off the beginning of the first panels, when Leslie is talking to him, because she's treated Bruce as a kid. So she's treating him now as a young adult, and she's talking to him because she finds out that he's Batman, as you can see in this panel here. So what you have here is a Batman who lost Alfred because Alfred bounced. You have a Captain James Gordon, who was probably let go because he was he was let go because he was letting the Batman run amok instead of bringing him in. And then you have a Bruce Wayne that has no support system, no one to really ground him. So you just have a Batman out there that's just full of rage and even more obsessed with crime. And he talks to Leslie about this vow and why he's doing it. And I like this setup is just Batman telling his story every single time. And Leslie has this situation, a deal with him. It's like, look, you have to get retreated again. So you have to come every morning. If you don't, I'm going to call the police and I'm going to expose you as Bruce Wayne, as Batman, and you're going to get arrested. And that's it. Going to be locked in Arkham Asylum for the rest of your life. So Bruce has to make a deal with her, and the story takes off from there. And I definitely, one more time, got to give an applause to the writers, the art team. This is a excellent Batman. I'm gonna give this definitely a must buy. I enjoyed the hell out of this. Great noir detective story. We have no idea who this imposter Batman is. We might have an idea of who the power brokers and who the money people are funding this Batman to frame our Batman, the Bruce Wayne that we know. So we kind of get a hint of probably who's going to be there. But also we have to before I go, we have to talk about Detective Wong. who is the lead investigator in this case, and very compelling character so far. She doesn't have much to do, much room to play with yet, but her introduction and what she's able to do as a detective, and she's basically the audience viewpoint of the corrupt city of Gotham, and her going around, and her character is used to really introduce the power brokers and the people behind the scenes, and really be that audience perspective of the Gotham. And I thought she was written very well. And there is some violence in here. There's some heads getting shot up. It's a dark Batman story, but I'm loving it. It's so good. Definitely check this one out. This is Justin from attackosthegeeks.com saying don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell if you like what we do here. Most importantly, visit us at attackosthegeeks.com. You can follow us on all social media channels at Instagram at attackosthegeeks, Twitter at attackosthegeeks, Facebook.com/attackosthegeeks, blog, Twitch.tv/attackosthegeeks. Later days, I'll catch you on the next review. Definitely pick up Batman the Imposter #1. Peace.